Hi everybody. I want to take this pole out of my scoot. If you'd watched the video a while back with Abby hitching up, Abby and Brenda hitching up, you remember we broke the tongue. So I'm going to show you, pull that out, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a few different things. So let me take the neck yoke off first, if I can. I remember that went in kind of hard. So, and the horse is pulled back, so it's even harder. I might have to get a hammer to get it off. We'll just not worry about that. So I'm just going to pull the tongue out of there because there's nothing holding it from coming out. It's just set up to stop it from going backwards. So when they're pushing, when they have to hold it back or back it up. I don't know if I can do this the way it is or not. As the horses backed up like they did, they really got it stuck in there. Got it. Some more firewood. So now the evener will stay right here, and I can come out and just hitch on to the loose evener and tow this sled around. And that's what I want to do today because I need to get these horses exercised. This wind is terrible. I'll be surprised if this video's any good. But anyways, this is Monday. We started picking corn on Friday. It was quite wet. Over the weekend, it rained all weekend, and just there alone, I think they said we got an inch of rain. So it's not very warm out at all today. But with this wind, it's actually drying things out. So I'm hoping maybe the ground will dry a little bit before I start picking, which will probably, or do some more picking, which will probably be tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday before I get back at it. So anyways, let's hitch the horses on and see how this works with just a loose evener. I decided to get the Belgians out here to hitch them on this scoot, and we'll take them around the field a few times to work them a little bit. Bill hasn't worked too much lately, and they neither one of them have actually. Oh. After we get hitched up, there's several things I want to talk to you about. Oh. Cap step. And we're off. Bill's really feeling his oats today. So anyways, let me explain a few things. What I decided to do is hitch him on the last link way out long there's no need to go short, and it just allows them to have plenty of room there. And I wanted to get them a little ways away from the sled. Now this sled being on ground, dry ground, it would take quite a hill for this to slide into them, and we don't have any of those hills right here, so it's simple enough to go with just a loose evener. And the turning process of this scoot with the loose evener is 100% off these two chains. And you'll see that the one chain is hitched to that runner and the other one's hitched onto this other runner. And it comes to a point like that, so when they're turning left, it pulls on the runner over there, and when they turn to the right, it pulls more on this runner, and it makes it turn. There was some other things I wanted to tell you, and I've already forgot them. Oh, I know what thing. If you'll notice on my harnesses right now, I don't have any rear lazy straps. A lazy strap, all it does is helps hold the back end of the tugs from, when you stop, they're going to go slack, and so that would just help hold them up so the horses aren't going to be stepping over them. But as you can see, I don't have any on. Most of my implements that I'm using these horses for, I don't need them, especially my logging cart in the woods. And because everything's up high, there's no way those tugs will be low enough for them to step over, so I don't need them. It's just extra weight for the harnesses to throw them on and off them, and so I don't even bother using them. When I go to horse pulls, I will always put them on, and for some jobs like disking in the fields, I will use them. But I got them on snap so I can take them right on and off, so that works pretty good. So here we are up at the cornfield. I wanted to show you something. I actually had got a video of this with my camera because I didn't have the GoPro with me at the time, but this is very interesting. I'm going to show you something, and I'll show you a clip of it on my phone. I just couldn't get very close. We ran into another hive of bees. Now this to me is very interesting. The bees are still moving in there, they're still alive. Some of them, but obviously most of them have already taken off. But some animal came in here, and this hive must have been completely in the ground, I guess. But some animals came in here and dug that hive up. And I don't know, I think this is very interesting. A few of these are just barely moving around. It's too cold for them to even fly, I think, and so they'll eventually just die. But all this other stuff is just the cones. I'm not a bee man, so please tell me in the comments what is going on here. What type of animal would have dug this up? And I'm assuming these are just yellow jackets. And what will become of this situation? So let's roll along. In a lot of ways, I really like using the loose evener because it's so easy. You don't have to hitch the pole up, but there are some disadvantages to it. When I'm out in the field or doing something with the sled and I want to stop and go do something, the chances of the horses getting into trouble are a lot higher with a loose evener. The pole keeps all their harnesses tight, and so without the pole on, if they were to back up, they could step over the evener, step over their tugs, and just get tangled up in a lot of different ways. The tongue also, when they're stopped, helps them stops them from turning left to right. And so because of that, I don't ever let an inexperienced person go with a loose evener, or my wife and my girls use the loose evener without me with them. As you might be able to see, I am standing way over here on this side of the sled because since Bill is such a faster walker than Lady, by doing that I'm putting more pressure on his bit. have to be careful in this field or any spot where it's really wet, because I'm going to make a mess, ruts. So a lot of times I'll go right down the blacktop, and I'm on exercise horses, so I don't have to worry about my fields then. Really? Oh! I'm not sure I've ever used this scoot on the road before without a tongue in it, but I think I'm going to give it a try and just make sure it's fine, and then we'll get the other team hitched up. Catch that. Let's see if we can spin around in the road. Do a little bit more. Oh, I got a car coming. I guess I better wait. Do a little more. See? Ah. Ha. Careful, huh? Careful. Oh. There you go. Help. Oh. Gee. Careful.
Now let's go back a couple days to the start of our corn harvest.
Oh.
Corn harvest 2021 is about to begin. Quite nervous getting started, but they'll settle in a little bit. Lady's getting right to work.
As you can see here, we are really getting into the mud. In an upcoming video, I'm going to talk about how we are going to be dealing with this mud, and also how hard this is pulling, and whether or not my wagon is too large for this application, and several other things, at least I hope. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you here next time, and have a great day.